What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1,
and we're back at it to answer your manly questions on this episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you want your question answered, simply comment down below. Leave or put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. And that is what Injustice Man did. He says, or he asks, have the Tau ever canonically, as in within the lore, fought Chaos Space Marines or Chaos Demons? And if not, do you think they ever will?
You don't hear much about it, but it does happen. One of the major instances where they fought the demons was when Farsight got his Dawnblade. It was on the dead world of Arthas Malak, and then demons came out and beheaded all the Ethereals, and then Farsight and his men had to fight him off. Well, he was fighting, I believe it was a Bloodthirster, not thirstier, because I get those two words mixed up. He actually fell into ruins, and his robotic, his Tau robot arm picked something up, and it was blade. So that was the main part of Farsight and the Tau fighting demons. There's also other small short stories and whatnot where they fight against Chaos Space Marines and stuff like that, but that's pretty much the main one.
Yeah, and the reason for that too is because that you don't see so much lore around that is because the Tau don't leave an imprint in the warp, or they leave a very small imprint in the warp, so there's really no, or there's more incentive to try to corrupt humans and Eldar than it is to try to corrupt Tau. So, yeah, but no, it does happen, and we actually have a special video. It was either posted yesterday or today about Tau and why they would be awesome for the Imperium. It has to do with chaos, which is why I'm bringing it up. It's going to come up later. Thanks for the question. Next question.
This one's by High Marshal Helbrick. He asks, is there any Space Marine chapter that has over 1,000 brothers other than the Black Templars? And if so, which ones?
Space Wolves?
Yeah, because they don't follow that Codex Astartes.
Yeah, there's actually a lot that I can't think of. Now there's 6. Right?
Who are the other ones?
It's in one of the books. I just saw it. I don't know.
Yeah, there's about 6.
Yeah, about 6. Mm-hmm. Astro Claws.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of chapters that are almost destroyed. So yeah, they don't have 1,000.
Thanks for that question though. Next question comes from Ben Newman. Didn't you guys do a 40 facts on one of the Primarchs where his legion, or where his lifelong friend was enhanced almost to the point of being an Astarte? It was on a feudal world. May have been the Lion. Also, could the Sisters of Battle... Well, answer that one?
Yeah, it's, I think it was one of the first 40 facts we did on the Primarchs. Lionel Johnson, so yeah. Lion's best friend, Luthor, I forgot which one it is. He basically got enhanced and was made into a mini Space Marine.
But remember that he felt the chaos.
Right. So that's why he was able to fight almost, on the same level as a Primarch, because chaos, was raising him up.
Yep. Same thing happened with Lorgar and his father. What's his name? Erebus? Is it Erebus? The guy with tattoos on his face?
Erebus. That's Erebus.
Yeah, so he was also much too old, or he's way too old to become an Astarte when the Emperor came around. So Lorgar had him augmented to become, or forced him to become a Space Marine, but also he was corrupted. So it goes to show you. So I think the reason that you're bringing this up is because we're responding, or you're kind of responding to the whole women being Space Marines, and if they can do it, why can't we augment a female to be as strong as a Space Marine? Corruption would be a huge flaw, and then at the same time, yeah, they're not. It's a male-female thing. Even though he's a male that he's not supposed to have those augmentations, he's still male, so it would still be very difficult.
Right.
And then you go on to say, also, could the Sisters of Battle benefit from this type of medicine? So genetic augmentation, yeah, I think the Sisters of Battle normally do have genetic augmentations, right?
Yeah. A lot of them do have robotics put into them. You don't really see too much of it. I think it's one of the sisterhoods that has that. I forget which one, but yeah, there's a bunch of augmentations. They get more what's the word I'm looking for?
Beefy.
More beefy. There you go.
The Sisters of Battle get more manly.
If you gotta be a space marine, you gotta get manly.
Like China. Is that too soon?
Oh, the
wrestler.
the wrestler.
She's dead.
Is she?
She's dead, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Next question.
This one's by Minnow. Grimgor Ironhide has a bodyguard of black orcs called the Immortals. Are they named after Chaos Dwarf Immortals?
I don't know. That's Age of Sigmar lore, and I'm not too keen on that.
Yeah. We're putting out Age of Sigmar lore like 1 or 2 videos a month. Dude, the artwork is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that was one of the main reasons that got me interested into AOS. Like, the art is just, you know, hands down really, really awesome. To answer your question, we don't know much about AOS. So.
The Martian Forge asks, why do tech priests march into battle besides the retrieval of artifacts and the study of the enemy? To defend the Imperium, to defend themselves. Yeah, mostly defense.
Yeah, defense is a major thing, yeah. This one's by Bradley Shapiro. If Primaris Marines get grav tanks, why didn't the Custodes? They do. It's just most of their stuff is coming out for Forge World, and a lot of the Forge World stuff hasn't had the bump up to 8th edition. So it's like the Custodes are getting all this awesome stuff, but you can't really use it.
Yeah. But that's going to change, right? Forge World is supposed to get 8th edition stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot of rules that have been updated to 8th edition, like a lot of the Sicarian battle tanks and the dreadnoughts and whatnot. So hopefully they'll bump up those rules sooner than later.
Yep. Next question comes from Hell Thunder. In a previous video, you said that there are humans that worship Necrons or Catan shards. Would any of these humans ever be Space Marine?
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's very slim because you always have corrupted gene seed. So if you could succumb to chaos, I'm pretty sure you could succumb to the superpowers of a Necron like cult. So if you're creating your Space Marine chapter to be around like the worship of a Catan, go for it, because you have to remember the Iron Hands. Supposedly, Ferrus Manus, his arm was made out of necrodermis. Supposedly.
Rumor has it.
So, Necron Space Marine connections have been made in the past, but it's very, very unlikely that a Space Marine would succumb to Necrons. And it's very unlikely that the Necrons would want to ally with the Space Marine. They would want to kill him because or the chapter, because it's such a big threat. Right. You go on to say, is it possible that a chapter in the isolated Imperium, Nihilus, could believe the Emperor to be dead and worship something else, like a Catan? I mean, if a chapter believed that the Emperor was dead, though,
they
they
wouldn't be around very long.
No, and they would fight on harder for the dead Emperor now.
So you gotta pour one for the homie.
Next question.
Fallout Grim. What are the reasons for the Empire not cloning the Emperor and just passing his brain or soul into a new body to bring him back?
They couldn't. You have to remember how the Emperor was made. It's the sacrifice of over 1,000 Psychers or some shit like that. So the chances of that happening again are probably slim.
And it's like he's such a holy, relic, to put it into words, that they don't even want to mess with him.
Yeah.
It's like if you mess with the Golden Throne, you could run a risk of just killing him entirely. So.
And then you kill the Astronomicon and you kill the Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. I have one from Dr. Death99. When do the Adeptus Custodes leave Terra? I know they do on rare occasions, but I don't exactly know what the circumstance have to be. Love your videos. Thanks. So they leave from Terra after they're done with their training to kind of get an experience of the greater galaxy, and then they come back and they share their information with their brothers that have been on Terra for a while. Recently, they've been on the Indomitus Crusade with Guilliman.
Yeah, Guilliman.
Next question.
Let's see.
If not...
Do you have one?
It's now it's a special moment. We still haven't made a bumper for this, but it's mail time. Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail when it comes. I want to wail.
Oh, it's a wah.
So we got a package, and it's probably for you. It doesn't have a name. It doesn't have anything, but it's from overseas, and I wanted to open it up on camera.
Ooh, this feels fragile, and it is. Bam! I don't know if you guys can see it.
It won't focus.
Focus.
No, it's not autofocus.
It's not gonna focus, but yeah, it's a freaking awesome Grey Knight Terminator.
It's painted pretty well. Silver and gold.
Silver and gold with a little bit of red on there. So he's got a side cannon on one arm and a freaking power blade. Really awesome, because a lot of my Terminators have halberds. So this is, I think, the first one I have with one of the actual swords. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Thank you very much for this package.
It doesn't really have a name or a letter or anything. So, but yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, if you guys have stuff you want to send us, P.O. Box 1507?
Or 1705?
1705, one of the two.
It's in the description.
Yeah, it's down below in the description, so... Yeah.
1507, you're right.
Yeah, P.O. Box 1507.
Yep.
Alright, and then on to the next question by Osprey. Why is the Imperium extremely xenophobic towards the Eldar and such?
Well, the Eldar have been dicks to the Imperium because they are stuck up and they don't care about aiding the Imperium unless they benefit from it. So I think a lot of the Imperium with Eldar is really just like a FU. But then, like, why is the Imperium so xenophobic? It's because of the Imperial Creed.
Yeah, the Imperial cult has basically spread throughout the whole Imperium that humanity good, aliens bad.
Yep.
So, there's your yawn for the video, guys.
Yeah. Next question comes from Joseph Fiumara. How do citizens of the Imperium actually manage to prey to chaos without being caught? They do it in secret, I guess.
Yeah, they don't do it out in the open. They kind of go to like cults and like secret areas to do it.
Basically.
Kind of like Helga's shrine to Arnold. That was a huge secret.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that.
That's a funny reference, but yeah.
You're right. This one's by JJ. How long will 8th edition last since it just got started? Ooh,
it really depends on GW and how much money they want to make and how much they want to piss us off. Because if like next Christmas season comes around with 9th edition, whew, I'm gonna be mad.
They won't do that though. They still got to get all these codices out and put out new models and whatnot. But so we started 5th edition, and now we're in 8th edition, and it's been 10 years.
Yeah. So expect like 3-4 years.
Yeah, 3-4 years per edition. That's a good amount of time. Because if you hate it, then you're kind of stuck for 3 years. But at least you know there's something else coming.
Yeah. And I don't know if the meta has really changed that much, because I still think the top tier armies are still Necron and Tau, aren't they?
I don't know.
You guys probably play more than we do now, so comment down below.
Yeah.
Last question. Do you have one?
Yes. This one's by Jack Wargonic. Is it possible that Malal is transferring the energy he gets from causing a tyrant star to power the Slan, so they can summon their armies and foil the plans of the Chaos Gods?
Maybe, but is this still in Warhammer 40k?
Because aren't Slan Age of Sigmar?
No, there are some Slan in Warhammer 40k. They're supposed to be the offshoot of the Old One race.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But they're like an insignificant species right now. So that's probably an Age of Sigmar or a fantasy thing. If it's not, no.
Yeah, because Malal's not canon anymore, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna come out with a theory of what the old ones are really up to pretty soon. Stay tuned.
You're probably just watching Wonder Woman or something. But yeah, guys, that was the questions for today's video. As always, if we didn't answer your question, put it down in the comments again, because we answer these things 3 times a week. So hit us up.
Everywhere. This is Gershwin.
Sound Alchemist, One Mind Syndicate.